All right, Sam. So let's wrap up the last bit of our podcast with a bit more fun. So, folks, please like and subscribe. And we're going to be covering news and everything geopolitics, quote unquote, in another video. And of course, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard need to still continue having a little bit of fun with this. It can all be over very soon. Can't let that slip.
It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over.
It's crying in a different direction. I'll never get over that. But hey, we should make fun of this person so much. Let's make fun of somebody else. Maybe so the good and the bad here. The good and the bad here. So we're gonna start with the bad, which is
Pick of the week.
Yeah, I know that this is a little bit outdated again, about a week or so, but hey, I'm not going to sleep today without talking about this story one more time, which is Jordan Peterson. I mean, I feel bad for him, to be completely honest. There is something wrong in his head. So he had tweeted, he took a picture of swimsuit 2002, which has this lady on it, a model. If you ask me,
let me. I have
pretty good-looking model, to be completely frank, compared to most models that you see, but to each their own. And before you get to stories, I just wrap this up. You can break this in so many ways, the tweet, because it makes no sense in so many ways. And then the article come back. He wrote, sorry, not beautiful. And no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. And this reminds me to one of the comments that someone refed immediately. They're like, yo, this is like a private company swimsuit who put this, this has nothing to do. It's not like on the White House's front page or something.
Atmosphere. It's an atmosphere.
And then his response, we'll get into the response. That's hilarious too. Man, there's something wrong with him. There is
the dark forces of chaos are approaching us through culture and these Marxist theories of I'm never gonna.
I hope we never go this crazy. That as 50 or 60-year-old men, already, so. We start tweeting like this. Yeah, so this is probably going to be us, guys.
I started like that.
You're getting better?
Yeah, I'm getting better. I started like that. I tell people I grew up with astrology books and shit, man. I was reading basically Jung before. Like I have Chinese astrology, Indian astrology, love astrology, number. I'm that's why I have some sympathy. But yes, psychological and author Jordan Peterson has announced he plans on leaving Twitter while complaining about the endless flood of the insult he receives on the platform. So it seems he didn't directly relate it to that, but it seems, that's after Yumi knew there was let's first talk about the picture. He said what? Read it again. What did he say?
He said, sorry, not beautiful. And no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that.
Authoritarian tolerance.
So to each their own, but as I coined this acronym, TETO, to each their own. But no.
Oh, we're naming acronyms now.
It doesn't sound that good, boy. It's not catching though. TETO sounds, I don't like it.
TETO. What was it short for again?
To each their own.
That's good. TETO. No, it's similar to Tito, the famous dictator. One time.
I don't think too many people.
All right. Yeah. Well, but anyway. No, man, I'm sorry, but what are you like? How is that? Like, I'm sorry, but okay, Jordan, we need to talk. Did you ever, when you went swimming with boys, when you were young, did you ever feel when you go to on Joe Rogan's show? Do you remember when he went on Joe Rogan's show and he wore it? He dressed as if he just came back from a ball in a tuxedo. I'm just saying, man.
You think he wants to pick up Joe?
Yeah, I think he was trying to pick up Joe. I'm just saying the dark forces are coming out of the closet, it seems. But what are you doing?
He didn't pick a good example. Half of the backlash is because he picked a horrible example. Yeah. Like a lot of people might have been more sympathetic if you picked.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would lose the fingers just to be with her for a couple of hours. Really. I'm sorry, but no,
behind a glass mirror, not even.
Yeah, exactly. Not touching or anything, just talking. I just want to talk to her. Just want to know her mind. That's it. But her face is so beautiful. But yeah, and this is such a 90s thing as well, that models, it's entourage is still like that. Like everybody looked like a fucking matchsticks been glued together. Like no, like I've known to like a little,
and perhaps you like less than this. You like someone a bit with different body shape. To each their own, but he picked the worst example, and I feel like if he thinks that this is authoritarian, that's only pushing this. I get what he's saying. He's trying to talk about like being overweight should be talked about, how it can have health effects or all this. But I don't know why I'm making his thing much more legitimate. But I feel like his daughter, who he hangs out with a lot, or someone, should guide him towards porn websites. And then in the porn website, there are these categories. And there's one category that I feel like if he clicks on, he'll be like, what, did the CIA take over this? Or like, did the woke party take over this? No, I don't think. I think that's pure supply and demand. Pure supply and demand. Someone started uploading these videos. They're like, holy shit, people like this kind of videos. Okay. New niche created. So I don't know who he always talks about, a team and his daughter who show him stuff, who do stuff. They should tell him, buddy, go check out. This is more popular than
there is this website, Dad, Pornhub. I don't know if you've heard. It's dangerous though. He might click on the, they always have that thing that you can change to gay sex or whatever. I don't know this, by the way. I've been told. Obviously, I don't visit these websites. I only read Hegel in my free time. Only Hegel. No porn. But yeah, man, you're so right that
it's a big thing, man. Exactly. He's too funny, man. But I feel bad for him, honestly. Like, I don't know. Not bad enough not to talk about it, because it's not like it's gonna make him worse. Our podcast is too small to get in. And there's something missing. Maybe he makes other places is smart, in other things he's smart. Maybe in other areas he makes extremely good points. But some of his obsessions, man.
Like, but he's not medically. I would feel bad if he was medically, but he's not medically.
And his diet too, man. I feel like he's gonna kill himself with this diet based on what I've heard.
Joe, see, man, I'm telling you, he's in love with Joe.
But Joe even doesn't tell him to eat like that. Joe never told anyone to just eat
but that's
steak.
what when you love somebody, you go overboard.
Yeah,
you do more than
true.
Joe is like, I try to eat mostly meat and stuff, and I always eat meat. I'm just meat. I am your meat. You want a hot? But I must say, by the way, we have one viewer, I think Jared.
Bobby. No, not Bobby. Sorry. No. Sean. And he's been messaging less. That's his name. He's the one who was a bit upset, sorry, with our coverage of Jordan Peterson, right?
No, I wouldn't call it coverage. Let's chill the fuck out. Our snarky remarks about, a man. Oh, yeah, I thought it was Jared too that was somewhat fan.
Maybe Jared too, but Sean too, I think.
First of all, we were just joking. Yeah. So that's one thing. Secondly, I would say that it's just so the guy is quitting Twitter over insults, and this is the guy who's talking about slaying your dragons and overcoming difficulty. And David Cross on Useful Idiots. We talk, and I think it's very bad that some things like Russia, it becomes so culturally thing that you can't talk about, and or peace with I don't know. What are some examples that you some things become taboos to talk about? I think that's awful, but it's different from censorship. Like David Cross was saying that on Useful Idiots that comedians say, oh, you can't joke about that, and I'm like, yes, you can. If you're yes, there might be a backlash. If you're a pussy, you're afraid of the backlash. That's just you. That's not you're a coward.
Yeah, a lot of the times is this, and at least in his case, I looked to a lot of the responses. Yeah, of course he had billions, so some might be insult, but yeah. You can't go around equating backlash with insult. They're two different things. And some people. That's your point. You're trying to make too. And so many people seem to have the thing that they can say whatever they want on Twitter, without expecting any responses. I mean, that's like the heart of like Twitter. I don't know, maybe you can find some other thing that's more one way and you can say and not hear anything. I don't know, go write a book and then go hide in your basement. I don't know what, but this expectation,
but even then they write reviews.
Yeah. So this expectation that you can put out something messed up out there in the world, or that people don't like, and that you won't receive any backlash. Just like you can say, sorry, not beautiful. People can say, sorry, you have zero taste.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever.
No, and that's right. No, I think you made the sort of extra point that first, I think censorship is when government or major, like let's say right now, because information is in the hand of private corporations, but they're in collusion with the states or whatever. So that's censorship when they say, okay, Pepe Escobar can't tweet. Yeah. But people insulting you and you running away from it is you not overcoming a challenge, in my view, a bit, in my view. And then I would add, as you say, not all of them were insults. Some of them were, like disagreements.
Most of them were backlash. Yeah, were like, you can call it. Yeah, there were negative responses. There were disagreements. I mean, whatever you want.
Some of them were, making fun of his looks.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
is that fair game? I'm making fun of him. I keep on saying I don't know what's wrong.
I think it is fair game because he was insulting her. So if you insult other people publicly, other people can publicly insult. It's like me calling Jimmy, like, you know what I mean? Like it's pot calling the kettle black type. Like you open, as they say, they open the door. They open the door and in the court. They open the door to this discussion. Like if you start, like I wouldn't like, you know what I mean? Like I think I would be fair game for somebody to make fun of my looks and everything, because I made fun of everybody's. It
happens in a comment section, and then so this is also the response that he put. So I told my staff to change my password. What are you, like 5? To keep me? I didn't even think of this. Well, to keep me from temptation. And I'm departing once again. If I have something to say, I'll write an article or make a video. If the issue is not important enough to justify that, then perhaps it would be just to let it go. Okay, finally a wise man speaking there. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I'm on his Twitter right now. I mean, they're still posting. So whether it's his team or whoever the hell.
I must say, that's another reason why when you're young, you must get drunk a lot of times in public and in parties and say stupid shit, because you learn that saying a stupid shit and people backlashing you is no big deal. Like you go at the end of the day, you go, oh shit, I really made a stupid comment. Oh, I shouldn't say that again. Or, oh fuck, I really fucked up. Fuck it. So, and who gives a shit? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me that he's taking it so seriously and
I mean, at least
keeping me from temptation. I need a team just for, just to handle my password.
It's like those childish things that you see with teenagers. They're like, oh, change my Instagram password so I don't, message like blah 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 who broke my heart.
Those those shitty apps that. You only allow 10 minutes of Instagram a day. Like, I mean, if you can't really have that level of self-control, your issues are far deeper than, using too much Instagram or whatever. I don't know. It is. But I mean,
Jordan, thank you for that.
A funny story. I remember there was a movie I watched, and like I'm always attracted to the wrong person in the movie, for like as in like everybody else is like, why aren't you attracted to and I was like, oh no, I didn't find the main lead attractive, but her sister, she was so attractive. And I was talking with my sister and there were some friends and stuff, and they were like, her sister, you mean the pregnant lady? I was like, she wasn't pregnant. Like, yes, she was pregnant. Like, oh yeah, she was pregnant. She was so like, okay, people have different tastes. Some people like big girls. All right, fuck you.
Yeah. And if you really want to talk about like, health and all this, then I would suggest you go down a slightly more nuanced
path. and pick better targets.
Yeah.
And maybe quit as sort of, I don't know, whatever, like vampire guild you have joined that has turned you completely into a pale, like a skeleton. I'm just saying.